So today I'm going to do a little recipe of something fun using our egg form right here. They kind of look like eggs, you know, they're great for Easter. But we're gonna make ladybugs with those. So I'm gonna show you how to bake and then decorate to make them look like ladybugs instead of, you know, eggs like this shape is right here. So I have all my ingredients already out, and so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna use my chocolate cake recipe that I usually do for cakes and stuff. So we'll go ahead and get started. And the first ingredient would be sugar, and we need 2 cups of sugar. So I'm gonna grab it out of my Modular Mates, and don't forget that there is a Modular Mates set, 4-piece set on sale. And it is the rectangle one, so these ones are square, but they're just as good. So we need 2 cups of sugar. And there we go. Gonna need that for later on. And then next we need a cup and about 3/4 of flour. So I'm gonna set this one back here so it is out of our way. And let me grab the flour. So we need a cup and 3/4 of that. Make sure I get all that extra sugar out of there. There's the cup. And then I have my 3/4 measuring cup right here. And we're gonna add that to our bowl. Okay. So we're done with the flour, and we're gonna get this one out of the way too. Remember, the Modular Mates are on sale this week. You can get them with the black lids like I have there, or they also have blue lids, which is about this color blue of my mixer. Okay, next up we need 2 teaspoons of baking soda. So I have my teaspoon right here. So 2 teaspoons of this one. 1, 2. Okay, and then we need 1 teaspoon baking powder. So let me that one, and then we're gonna set these to the side. One of those. Okay. Then after that, we're gonna grab our salt, and I am using my salt from our classic salt shaker, salt and pepper set. I'm gonna go ahead. Did I say a teaspoon? Yes, a teaspoon of salt. Sorry, I have my cheat sheet over there. Okay, and then we're gonna put in the cocoa powder. So we're gonna put in 3/4 cup of cocoa powder, whichever brand that you prefer. This is usually the messy part. Okay. I have my mixer set up backwards so that you guys can see it better. It's a bit awkward for me. Okay. So those are all the dry ingredients, and with the dry ingredients, we're gonna give it a quick mix. Put that down. Just enough so that it's all blended together pretty good, and then we're gonna add in the wet ingredients. So let me put this over here. Okay, I think that should be good enough. Pick that back up. Okay, so wet ingredients, we need 2 eggs. So I got 2 eggs right here. 1, 2, and then we need 1 cup of buttermilk. Grab the cup. Okay, and then 1 cup of black coffee. Now I did save some this morning, left in my cold brew, which you can also purchase, and it is on sale with, you can buy, just enough. You can buy with the Clearly Elegant tumblers, which is a really nice set. I'm gonna set this back here too. Okay, and then I'm missing something. 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Grab that out. 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and then we're gonna mix it all up. I'm gonna pour, oh, I did forget to turn on my oven. We'll do this oven at 350. Typically this is a recipe for cakes, so since that silicone form is a lot smaller, it won't take as long. Oh, 2 teaspoons. I'm sitting here talking and not thinking. 2 teaspoons. It won't take as long in the oven, so I'm gonna check it pretty often to make sure it doesn't get overcooked. Okay, so we're gonna mix it up. Get it nice and mixed up, and then we're gonna put it in our silicone form, which I already have on my baking sheet. The stuff we are using later. Give us some space here. As you can see, I'm in my Tupperware jammies that I earned not long ago. They're really comfortable. I don't know what I'm doing with that. Okay. So it's almost pretty mixed. I'm gonna stop it and scrape the sides a bit. Just to make sure we got it is looking super good. And the coffee really brings out the chocolate flavor. You don't really taste the coffee in it at all. Get it mixed up, and then I'm gonna pour it in here, so it's easier to pour into my forms right there. Okay. And I want this on my counter, so we're just gonna set it like that. That works. Okay, so we're gonna first, oh, of course that didn't work. Oh well. Okay, take out the whisk. Again, like I said, this is backwards, so to me. Pour in here, so it's easy to pour into my forms. Okay, so we're not gonna fill them all the way to the top because the cake will rise up. There's 8 forms in this mold. I'm gonna put this in the oven once it heats up, and then we will come back to the video after I'm done with that, and then I'll show you how easy they are to remove from the silicone. This is one reason why I love these silicone molds is because it's so, easy, and I don't have to grease my pans or these forms. And that's just, an added plus, and they clean up so nicely too. That one I went a bit overboard on. Okay, let me rinse my hand really quick. Okay, so I have them in the forms. I'm gonna stick them in the oven once the oven heats up, and then I'll be right back to show you how easy it is to take them out after this. Hey everyone, welcome back to In the Kitchen with Bee's Knees. I just now took out the cake, the little egg cakes. Let me get my hot pads on because this pan is still really hot. So I got them right there. They need to completely cool before you take them out of the form. So what I'm going to do is, without burning myself, I'm going to put them on this cooling rack just so they're off from this hot pan. So it helps them cool a little bit faster. And then once they're cool, we'll come back and I'll show you how easy it is to take them out. And then we'll start decorating them like a ladybug. So I'll see you then. Welcome back to In the Kitchen with Bee's Knees. So these little egg cakes, soon to be ladybugs, should be cool by now. I've had them sitting for a little bit and they feel cool. the touch. So we're gonna go ahead and take them out of the form. So basically I'm just gonna push up underneath and it's gonna come out. That one was, and it comes out really, really clean. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these. This one doesn't like me so much. That's okay. Gonna push them up from the bottom. And it might be my cake recipe because it's a super, super moist cake. If I was to use possibly a box cake, it would have turned out a lot better because they're not as moist as homemade cakes. So we're going to take these out. Yeah, that one didn't go as planned. That's okay. And that one's a fail too. That's okay. Any other day when I wasn't on camera, these would definitely be working. Okay, so they don't look as pretty. I'll probably turn them over to decorate them. At least the ones that are not looking as good. People won't see that part. Okay, so I got my eggs there, or my ladybugs, and I am going to, we're going to be using some candy melt. So I got a red for the ladybugs and also black. And then I also got these little googly eye candies. I have my soup mug that I'm going to use to heat the chocolate in. And then I have some leftover fudge icing that I made that I'm going to use to kind of glue the eyes on. And then I have my pan. Okay, there is a rack on the inside of this pan sitting on the top, and inside is parchment paper because it will be easier to clean up the chocolate when we do drizzle it over. So I'm going to place these cakes at random areas. And then move this out of the way because I don't need this right now. Just need this. And so we're gonna melt some of the red chocolate. Let me find my scissors. Cut open. And with the chocolate, it doesn't take very long. You don't want to do it at long intervals of time. Otherwise, you're going to end up burning your chocolate. And then to make it a little bit more creamier and easier to pour, we got some vegetable shortening, which we'll add into the chocolate. So I'm going to put this in 30 seconds at a time. Let me get a spoon. We're going to stir it every 30 seconds just until it's the texture that we want it, the consistency. Once we do have it, I'm going to basically pour it over these cakes to kind of cover them, and then we're going to let it set. I'll come back and then we'll do the black parts, and then we'll add on the eyes and all the other decorations. So let's see how this is after 30 seconds. It won't look like much after 30 seconds, but you do need to move it around a little bit. You can tell that it is starting to melt. Again, don't really go over 30 seconds at a time unless you're going to do this. That last one off there. That on again. And then we wait. So typically, I probably took these out too soon. This one turned out really good. These other ones, though, I probably should have waited. I have had wonderful luck with the silicone forms before, so like I said, it happens when I'm on camera, and when I'm off, they turn out perfectly. But it'll be hid by the chocolate, the red chocolate and black chocolate. So, okay, this should be good enough. I'll close this. This is nice and melted. There are a few clumps, but as you stir it, it will loosen up. So let's go ahead and, I should get another spoon. Let's go ahead and mix just a little bit in here. It just helps loosen it up and it gets a more smooth pour. So we'll just stir until it's melted. Doesn't take long. And even if you see a few small chunks of chocolate still left when you take it out the second time, if you stir it, it'll start to melt. So you just don't want to over cook your chocolate because it can burn really easily. Okay. So I don't think I melted enough chocolate for all of them, but we will go ahead and do one or a couple. So I'm just going to use the spoon and pour it over, and it's going to drip down into the pan, which is fine. That's what we want it to do. Do this one. I'll pick up the pan so you can see it closer once I get done. And if you don't cover it all, that's fine because we are going to be adding the black chocolate and stuff to them. But we're going to let them set until they dry, so then we can add on the black chocolate. And I can probably do one more. And then I'll go ahead and finish the other two. I'll let them dry, and then when I come back, we'll add on the black parts. And there we go. So let me put this up. They're dripping down onto the bottom, but you kind of see how they're taking shape right now. So once I come back, these will be all dry, and then we'll head on with black chocolate and add some decorations onto it, and then they will be ladybugs really soon. I'll see you in a little bit. So I'm back, and I got the black chocolate all melted. I decided to do that while we were waiting. And so these are basically dry, and I'm gonna take a pastry bag, and I'm gonna fill it with the black chocolate. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw on the dots and the little line down the center of the body first. And then after we will make the heads and add on the eyes. So I'm gonna get this poured into my bag. Put that there. Let me just pour it directly in. Hopefully I made enough. If not, I can melt some more. That's good. And so for this part, we're just gonna make a small cut on the bottom of the bag because we don't want too much coming out at once. Let me go ahead and then I always test it first to see if it's gonna work for me or not, or if I need to cut it just a little bit more. Because I don't want it like dripping out as I'm using it. So we're gonna go one by one, and basically I'm gonna make a line down the center of the ladybug, and then I'm gonna make dots around it too. And this way I get most of it. Well, it'll be easier just to do the head after this is done. So I'm gonna do the line on all of them first. Okay, and then I'm gonna decide on which part that I want the head on, because I'm gonna do the polka dots on the opposite side. So I'm gonna do the head on the skinnier side of the egg, on the egg shape. So I'm gonna do the polka dots on the other side, so. And you can make them all different sizes. Hoping I didn't do my chocolate too thin, because that will make my little dots kind of drip. Remember, your dots don't have to be perfect. Each ladybug is different in her own way. And you can make a dot over the line too. don't have to be perfect. And this would be a fun thing to do with kids too. They always make the cutest stuff. That one I put a little bit too much chocolate, so it's gonna drip. You don't need like a ton of chocolate because it will drip. And just got 2 more. Woo. Oh wow. I was not paying attention. Usually I seal the ends, but I didn't in case I needed to fill more in there. You guys didn't warn me that I had chocolate coming out of the other end. Okay, so we'll hold that straight up now. I have made ladybugs in cupcake form before. It's been a few years. But they're always a good summer, springtime decoration. Okay, so now I basically got the dots on. There's a few that's gonna run because I wasn't paying attention. But then I'm gonna cover the head part, the part that I'm gonna have be the head, in the black chocolate, which will be the skinnier side of the egg. Again, just let it drip down. That's why we have this pan and the wire rack. Makes things a lot easier. Go. And I have just enough chocolate. Okay, so that part is done. Let me set this in my sink. We're gonna come back and we're gonna add on the eyes because I have to let the black chocolate sit before I can add on the eyes. So let me give you a little bit closer look. They're starting to look a little bit more like ladybugs. So after these set and dry, we'll be back and I'll show you how to put the eyes on, and then we'll see the finished product. So I'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back to In the Kitchen with Bee's Knees. So these are basically dry, the black chocolate on them. So now we're gonna add the eyes and we'll give them a little bit more character to them. So I got some fudge. You could use any icing. I just didn't want to use the chocolate because as it dries, I don't want the eyes to like kind of droop down. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put 2 little dots on the head of the ladybug, and then we're gonna stick some little googly eyes to them. Shouldn't use too much. And then 1 and 2. And then I'll show you what it looks like up close after I'm done with them. So, and then once I'm finished, I'm gonna plate it. Oops, oh, that one's down there. Gonna plate it and take a picture for you guys, show it to you guys, and we will be finished. There's the next one. This is definitely something fun to do. If you're running out of ideas of what to do, you could easily make these with cupcakes too, but this is a nice fun shape to have. A little video cut out there. My husband did call, so I had to take the phone call. Finishing putting these eyes on the ladybugs. So almost done, got half of them done. I'm just gonna go ahead and make the little chocolate dots on all of them, so then I can just put the eyes directly on. And then I'll show you up close. Putting the eyes on gives them a lot more character and personality. than when they don't have the eyes on them. They start to look kind of cute. Okay, and one more set. And we are finished with that part. So let me bring this up here so you guys can see them. And they are just about ready. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and plate these, get them all plated really nice, and then come back and show you what they look like up close. So I'll see you in a little bit. Hi everyone, and welcome back. Here are the finished ladybugs, and as you can tell, I added some green coconut. I just colored it with some green food coloring, tossed it around in a bowl, and then put it on the plate. I thought that it would make these cute little ladybugs even cuter. As you know through the video, I did use the egg-shaped silicone mold. That one is not currently available by Tupperware, but Tupperware does have other ones that are available. Here are 3 of my other ones. They also have a sheet one and a round cake pan type one also. You can go on the website and check those out. If you have any other questions about any Tupperware products, feel free to contact me anytime. But I will see you guys next time, and I hope that you have a very healthy and happy day.